check it out. All that legal stuff. Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to Security Guard Command. Appreciate you. So I have finished up the spreadsheet that I was promising you guys for financial planning. And what this is it gives you the ability to put together offerings that you would offer your clients. So if you want to offer a standing guard to a client and you want to do it 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday, you would have the ability to essentially create the hours that the job site would demand, and then you can take that and apply it to your bottom line, how much you're charging the client, and then from there you would go and add information into your payroll tab, and you basically make sure you have those hours covered. It'll total up the hours, including any overtime that may be accrued. It'll calculate the taxes, the employee burden. Employee burden is basically the amount of money that a business would pay apart from the payroll, or what they're paying, the check they give the customer, or give the client, give the employee. So if employee gets paid $1,000 a month gross income, then typically the business would pay anywhere between 40 and 60% of that for what's called the employee burden. I'll give it a moment for that fire engine to go by. Actually, that was a truck. So anyway, the employee burden includes things like the taxes that a business would pay on top of what the employee is already paying. It would be workman's comp, any sort of benefits that the employer has agreed to pay. They're matching, say, at 50% on medical insurance, or 100% if you feel generous. So anything extra that you're paying, paid time off, you would want to set aside monies for that as well, so that you have an account set up to pay out of that. If you're going to give paid vacations to your employees, and you would also want to include that as part of your burden, so that you make sure you have that money set aside for that use. Now, you go to the summary tab, and you would set up all of your expenses that you expect to have to pay every month, and the payroll's automatically put in there based on what you entered. On the other tabs, you would put cell phone bills, car vehicle maintenance, etc. Just anything you can think of that you're going to be paying for. Keep in mind, office supplies are a big one. You're going to have to buy paper clips, staples, that kind of stuff. Printer, ink or toner, cartridges, replacements. So all that stuff adds up. So make sure you add all of that stuff as much as you can foresee. Now, what you start to see happen is that you're going to find out what your profit is and or if you're in a loss. And at that point, you need to tweak some settings. You either need to adjust the rate of pay that you're paying people, or you need to adjust the amount you're charging your clients. And you're going to see very quickly that it's not just as simple as saying, I'm going to pay my guard $18 an hour and I'm going to make $2. I'm going to bill the client $20 an hour, because I tell you right now, there's a lot of other things that are not going to get covered if you do it that way. So you've got to calculate. What I've set it up as is how much the maximum amount you want to pay a guard is, and then the maximum amount of profit that you expect to make out of it, out of that there. Now, your expenses are going to come out of that profit that you're expecting to make. So you're going to pay for your expenses from your profit. Now, if you are going to put yourself as as a sole proprietor, you're going to take a draw from your bank account. It's not recommended that you use the company's bank account as your personal bank account. It makes things very, very complicated when it comes time to do taxes. If you get audited, it becomes a nightmare. So it's recommended that you take a draw, and it's similar to a paycheck, only it's an amount of money that's allotted to you out of the company's account. And so it's basically an amount that you decide, but for all intents and purposes, let's say that you want to collect a paycheck for 40 hours worked per week. You can set it up so that if you get paid, let's say $30 an hour times 40, then you're at $1,200 right there, times 4 days in a week, or 4 weeks in a month. So you're 1,200 times 4, and that puts you at roughly $4,800. The only thing you're going to do here is when you calculate this, remove the taxes from the line that has your pay on it. That's going to be your draw, and it is not taxable like a normal W-2 would be taxed. So just remove your taxes on your line. You can change it from like guard 1 to owner, for example, owner draw, and you just delete the tax field that way, or put a 0 there. That way any calculations that occur after that fact come out. Now if you have any questions, I did a readme tab, so it should give some fairly good explanations of what you need to do. And just if you have any questions, leave a comment or email me. I'll put my email in the description as well. You can email me, or if you would like to add a function or add something to this spreadsheet, I'd be glad to help out with this. I'm giving this to you guys free. I'm not trying to charge anything or make anything. It's just something to help out people that want to start a company. It's kind of just a budget tool, so you can get a better idea of what to expect. Another one that I made was also, and I gotta do some tweaks on it, but there's one that is for the amount of money needed to start up a company based on what you're planning, and you start to see very quickly the reality of what needs to be done and how much funds need to be available just to start your company. But anyway, at any rate, the link is in the description. My email's in the description. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think of this, or if there's anything I should change. Have a great day, guys.